Hey, so I wanted to do an update. It's been a while since I've talked about Kratom and Methadone. And many of you on my channel have seen many of the videos where I talk about it, the different kinds, and is it good for withdrawal and all that. I wanted to give you an update. So, I haven't taken Kratom for about 3 or 4 years. And I'll tell you why. One, I'm a firefighter and going through paramedic school. And it's not good to have an addiction like that. Now, let me say this. One, Kratom is very addictive. You can feel like you're on Percocet or Vicodin. Sorry, I have a cold. But it is addictive. However, the one thing I think Kratom is good for is methadone, heroin, or whatever. I don't know about alcoholism, but methadone, heroin, and opiate withdrawal. Now, the reason that it's good is because for me, once I took enough, and that's the issue, is the dose. When you take enough, the symptoms are gone. Not only that, it does give you a little high. Let's not lie to ourselves and all of that. Those who are on methadone, I've been around a lot of methadone users in clinics. And the number one thing about methadone is people want to say that it doesn't get them high. Why is this? Because it's supposed to be a recovery medication. And they don't want their doctors or other people to know that they are getting super high. Actually, in my experience, it gets you higher than any other pill. So, anyways, not all people, but a lot of people abuse methadone. So, why Kratom? Well, Kratom works when, for example, what I did was I jumped off 71 milligrams or 70 milligrams of methadone. I jumped off, I moved, and there was no methadone clinic around. I went about a week or 10 days. You can see the videos before, a week or 10 days. And I needed something. So I tried Kratom. Initially, it didn't work so well, but then I increased the dose. I'm not going to tell you the dose because I'm not giving medical information because I'm not going to be liable. But I took enough of it and my symptoms were gone. It was amazing. Now, methadone or opiate withdrawal is horrendous. It's like a living hell. Methadone is even worse. It can last 3 months. And the sleep and the restless leg syndrome can be even worse. But I want to tell you, when it comes to Kratom, I support it for withdrawal symptoms. Now, the problem comes when you no longer have withdrawal symptoms from methadone. And now you're on this medication that makes you feel really good. So what do? Well, Kratom is one of those medications, or not medications, but substances that you have to take more and more and more. Unless you take a vacation, like a couple days, and then take it. But when I went through Kratom withdrawal, I was taking a substantial amount. And there's even a withdrawal video on my channel. I didn't feel too much of anything, honestly. From what I remember, it was just, it was a little unpleasant, and I think I had a headache or something for a day or two, but it wasn't that bad. Now, I will say this. Some people have really bad withdrawals from Kratom. I took it for about a year, and I'm being open about my medical history and all of that stuff, because, we as a community, we have to talk to each other. Now, I don't know about that whole thing, once an addict, always an addict, right? I don't label myself as an addict because I don't want to be a victim. I overcame it, and it was hard. I worked for that. I did a lot of work for it and a lot of suffering. And if you want to say once an addict, always an addict, fine. But anyways, when it came to Kratom, what I took was red maeng. Now, the red is more like opiates. And maeng is powerful. Now, more powerful. Now, the thing is, some people say that the alkaloids are not really different, and it's, it's your brain thinking that, whatever. And the red, white, and green have to do with, sorry, I have my dog right here. The colors have to do when the leaf is picked, and it's usually grown in Southeast Asia, like Thailand and I don't know, all of those places, Indonesia, I think, or something like that. Anyways, the federal government wants to regulate it. Do I think they should? No, I don't. I think it should be available for getting off substances. It's one of those things. Now, let's have an honest conversation about methadone for a second. A lot of people say, I've actually gotten harassed and told that I'm screwing with someone's life when I criticize methadone. Why is that? Because a lot of people, I'm not saying all, a lot of people take more than they're supposed to. They get take-home carries, and they take more than they're supposed to, and they get super high. And a lot of these people don't want others to know that, one, methadone is addictive and you can get high from it. Two, unlike Suboxone, some people can feel other medications. There's no Narcan in it. And, you can take methadone with other things. And a lot of people take benzos, and, as a first responder, I've had to, respond to that. I won't go into depth, but someone who was taking narcotics and benzos, I had to perform CPR on them. And let me just tell you, the outcome was not good. Another thing with dabbling in all these opioids now is fentanyl. We have a large amount of these products coming over the southern border. You have to be very careful when you do all that stuff. And let's be honest, we know some people are doing it. We know some people are not taking their medications right. And I plead with you, don't do that. But anyways, let's get back on topic. Kratom. I think it's great for getting off of methadone and all of that stuff. If you have questions about it, you can watch my videos, or you can ask in the comment sections what you should do. How, I can't tell you how much to take. I can tell you how much I took in the beginning, but I'm not going to do it over on this video, right? Maybe through a private email or something like that. But I'm just saying, Kratom is one of those things. I don't get into the whole, it's natural, right? Well, opium is natural. Marijuana is natural. Right now, I have a loved one who is desperately trying to get off of marijuana, and they can't. Psychologically addicted, not physically addicted, I guess. But causing problems with respiratory and all of that. It sucks. But it's not that it's natural that Kratom is great for withdrawal. It's when you are getting off of a medication like Kratom or like methadone, you don't just want the symptoms to go away. You want to feel a little bit of that high, that euphoria. And with Kratom you will, especially if you take the right strain. But like I said, please be careful about taking Kratom, because that can just be a whole new addiction. Let me tell you, methadone, the clinic, you usually don't have to spend money. It's covered by medical insurance or whatever. Kratom can get really pricey. And if you buy it on the internet, a lot of people will say, I buy mine in bulk on the internet and it's tested and all that stuff. Hey, if you do that, then you do you. I only bought convenience store stuff, and it got really expensive. I was spending like $600, $700 a month on Kratom. So, to end this, I wanted to communicate with all of you because you all ask how I'm doing. Some of you watch the videos, the methadone videos, and you don't look at the time. you're like, hey, I'm going through it too. How many days have you been off? And I'm like, buddy, that was 5 years ago, almost, or 4 years ago. So I'm actually enjoying life. And as a firefighter, I now see the repercussions, the penalties of doing all of that stuff. And I don't like it. But if you need help, I would possibly try Kratom. It's not, there's not a lot of side effects with it. It's just that it can get pricey and all of that. And if you're drinking tea, it can be really gross. I took capsules myself. But anyways, for the third time or millionth time, whatever, I'm doing great. I'm no longer on it. It's been 3 or 4 years since I've done it. And every day I walk into a store and I see it and I'm like, no way. There's no way I'm doing that. And it's honestly strange because I thought, my oxytocin levels would be messed up for life and I wouldn't be able to be happy. But the one thing that did make me happy, hold on, let me switch the leash here because my arm is getting tired. The one thing that did make me happy was purpose. Since I got off Kratom, this is hard to believe, but it's true, I started school. I finished my associate's degree. I have it hanging on my wall. And now, I almost got a bachelor degree at Oregon State University. And then my GI Bill ran out and Voc Rehab said, hey, we can help you. So I picked the paramedic program because I was an Army medic. If you watch my previous videos, you'll know I was an Army medic. And I deployed twice and all of that. Now I'm going to paramedic school. And I'm renewing my EMT right now. And in the fall, I start the actual paramedic program. But I'm in the degree right now. So when I get done with this, I'll have 2 associate's degrees and then a couple more classes and I'll have a bachelor degree. All of that happened after I quit Kratom. I mean, my drive, my will to provide for my family and to do great is just, it's more than the temporary feeling high. But the main thing was Christ. I'm not going to lie. I know some of you don't care, but Jesus was my Savior. He is my Savior. He's our Savior. And if it wasn't for that, I don't know what I'd do. But anyways, probably storage is getting low on my phone because this is a 13-minute video. For all of you who are wondering, you can ask me questions in the comment section. Sorry if I tended to ramble on. I'm walking. I'm losing weight too. I'm getting super muscular and losing a lot of weight and walking my dog and stuff. Life is great. So yeah, if you're on methadone, if you're on all of that, use Kratom, but only take it to relieve the symptoms. And once the symptoms are gone, ditch it. Titrate off. Take smaller and then spread them out. And eventually, your brain will fix itself. Anyways, God bless, and I'll talk to you later.